Good morning, millennials, and welcome back to the Toast. Happy Tuesday. I'm so honored that you've chosen to spend your day with us.
Yes, happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back.
Whenever I'm
to the
here,
Jackson Claude IRL.
Whenever I'm here, like the days aren't like days. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like we need, like at the beginning of every show we need to like have that conversation. I don't know if it's just like the Florida lifestyle or the fact that I'm not home.
Yeah, but for those who are listening, they need to be reminded of the day, the significance of the day,
and they're still experiencing the Tuesday.
Right. So I think it would be a little selfish if we just willy-nilly the days of the week, which people have come to depend on us to know what day it is.
And selfishness is not something like anybody would ever use to describe me.
It's not in the DNA of this show.
No, and it's not an attribute I currently hold.
No.
No.
Is the selfishness in the room with us?
Perfect execution.
Thank you so much.
And to answer your question, no. The selfishness is not in the room with us.
But what is in the room with us is us.
I'm so glad you brought that up. I really am. I thought you were going to say what's in the room with us is our new lights.
Our new lights.
If you're watching on YouTube,
we'll know immediately, like when the video is done and it's up, like if this was a sleigh.
Yeah, we bought some new lights. We went to this fabulous store yesterday.
Who drove?
Jackie drove us in her Tesla.
And there was a lot of driving.
There was the camera and lighting store was about 20 minutes away. Like it wasn't just a hop, skip, and a jump. It was no highways, but it was a journey.
It was a journey, but we found what we were looking for.
We did. And I just don't know if I set them up correctly. Like, you know, I am the IT department of the Toast, but like I'm extremely limited in my knowledge and my experience, and I just kind of like make it up as I go. And today was one of those experiences where I realized like, I know nothing about lighting.
It might need a little rejiggering throughout the week.
I also feel like, would it kill us to just like find a lighting expert? Like come here and help us?
No, it wouldn't.
Like if you...
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah, like...
But what's a lighting expert?
But it's a thing.
Like the guy from the store was a lighting expert.
Yeah, but he didn't know what like we were really working with.
And he didn't seem like he does like freelance lighting consultations.
No, he owned the store. Like he was really busy.
Yeah.
Whatever. Nonetheless, all that to say, YouTube, we bought a new tripod and some new lights. So as always, when I come down here, every episode will look a little different because I can't stop futzing with things.
Yeah.
And so every day it'll be a new angle, a new, shadow. It'll be a new something. Just bear with us. Like this is how I express my like creative side. I'm really just kind of an entrepreneur and a creative when it comes to production.
Would you say you're a creative?
No, I wouldn't. I'm like literally wearing your pants. Like I'm like the least, okay, I was going to say like original. I'm not like an original.
That's not the question.
Okay.
The question, like a creative, someone who's creating.
No, I'm not.
I don't think I am either. I'm very right brain.
Yeah, and I don't think that like creatives watch as much TV as I do. Do you know what I mean?
They're busy creating.
Right, and like, sketching.
On their iPad, like getting, or one of those like tablet things.
Yeah, and I've never had a, what is that thing called?
Stylus?
Oh my God, literally, how did you know that that's what I was thinking of?
Because you went like that.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say a wand. Yeah, I've never had a stylist, not for clothing, clearly. Stylist, like one of those pens. Therefore, I am not a creative.
Right.
And I don't think you can truly consider yourself like a creative / art director type of person, creative director, if you don't own or have never owned a stylist.
I think that's fair.
And I don't make the rules. That's just like the rule.
The rule.
I didn't make it.
But you're enforcing it?
No, I'm just sharing it.
Inevitable?
Question mark? That was Jackie quoting my award-winning comedy special that you can watch on Prime Video. It's called Lean In.
I have a couple favorite quotes, even though I haven't even
Jackie hasn't even Jackie does not support women in comedy.
I haven't watched the whole thing because I was watching it and you were mad at me for watching it in front of you.
Okay, Jackie, like the day my special came out, was like, "Oh, let me watch it." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Can you go into the other room?" No, I'll sit my ass right in the living room and watch it on loud in front of all the kids.
And
like mortifying.
I just watched the Barbie movie. Like I'm gonna be a few.
Yeah, you don't have the bandwidth right now.
I don't have the bandwidth right now. I am catching up on Southern Charm though in my free time and reading Josh Peck's book. Ever since I stopped pumping, I have the time to do.
She's unstoppable.
I can do one of those two things.
I'm so glad you're reading Josh Peck's book. I talk about Josh Peck's book like I wrote it.
You do. So that's why I was like, I'm just going to read the damn book.
Let me tell you why.
And you get a lot of your insights about child stars and addiction from the book, and I like insights.
It is my reference point for a lot of like addiction-based commentary that I make, and him and Jeanette McCurdy's book is really how I know so much about child acting. That's very true. I also just think it's the perfect memoir, like from someone who came out on the other side, who's been through a lot, but who's also like a part of our childhood and who gives you really good insights, and like he's very transparent about the money, which I really appreciated. That was one of my favorite parts of the book, like how little money you make as a child actor. So it's so good.
But does your love for the book sort of conflict with your
hatred of the good guys?
Hatred of the good guys.
Oh my God. So Ben, non-supportive king, never listens to the show. And of course, like the Toasters were DMing him about like our one-sided imaginary beef with the good guys. And he was like, what is this about? And I was explaining to him, like, oh, it's just like funny. And honestly, like at the end of the day, like we're using our platform to promote your podcast. So like it's all good. Ben was like offended. I'm like, okay, grow up. Like it's a joke.
Snowflake.
Yeah, literally. It's giving sensitive alert. I'm like, oh, really? You're going to do that? Okay, I'll stop talking about your podcast.
Oh, someone can't even clown on good guys anymore?
No, we can.
Taking away my joy?
No, once I said, like, I'll stop talking about your podcast, he was like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, keep talking about it.
They had Terry Dubrow on this week. Ben one thing about Ben is like, he's familiar with the Bravo universe and the ancillary characters, but for years he has had this like real interest in Terry Dubrow, mostly because he thinks he looks like this guy we know, but also because Ben is just like obsessed with him. He's like a Jewish Dr. King. And I think Ben was like actually starstruck because Terry was in New York. Usually Ben will go to LA for the guest episodes, or he'll just be like the remote loser co-host who no one listens to. But Terry was in New York, and Josh was kind of like the loser co-host who no one was listening to for a change. And Ben was definitely like got home and he was very like giddy. He's like, he's just so impressive. Like, and Terry's business is really impressive. Yeah. Like, of course, the doctor thing, but then Botch, and they like all these skincare lines. And Ben was just like really kind of taken with Terry.
That's what a good podcast guest should leave you with.
Yeah, you should leave every good interview being like obsessed with that person.
Yeah, that's classic podcast interviews. Whenever I listen to other people's episodes, that's literally what it is. Like people becoming best friends and me watching them.
It's like such a thrill.
Yeah, but I guess that's a sign of a good one. A good guest. You really should get along.
No, and like when two people aren't vibing and like they don't promote each other's episodes, and like it was just not good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Speaking of fellow podcasters, we started training for the 5K.
I forgot about that. I kind of blocked it out because I flopped. Like I really flopped.
You did not flop.
So Jackie and I went to the gym with like the same goal, I thought, which was to do our first Soto stride. I've actually done one, so I was like a little bit ahead. Like 2. So our trainer, Hillary, I told you guys, is putting together like a plan for us, and she's basing it off of what she thinks I can do. So we're obviously starting slow, like she's not dumb. And so the first Soto stride, we have 3 months. She said, month 1, I'm going to get you really comfortable running a mile. Month 2, 2 miles. Month 3, 3 miles. And so the first Soto stride is like this 12-minute exercise where we're going to end up running / walking a mile. And we did it. And I was like, I'm like, yes, we did it. And then I got off the treadmill and like continued on with my workout. I did like a little virtual class, and Jackie like stayed on the treadmill, and I was like, oh, that's cute of her. We left the gym and she was like, okay, I did the 5K. I'm like, excuse me? Like you didn't even like, you could have just like did it behind my back. Honestly.
I wasn't my plan.
You went behind my back.
But the first mile went really well. And when I go to the gym, I like to work on the treadmill. Like I'm still in my cardio era. Like I'm trying to shed. So I would have been doing the treadmill anyway. And then after we did that first mile, I was like, let me see how long I can run for. Because you had just said you accomplished running for 1 song. And I was like, can I run for 1 song?
Right. I was bragging / lying that I did 4 minutes when I really did 3.
And then I was like, let me see how many songs I can run for. So I did 1 song, and then I was like, I think I can continue. I did 2. And then I was like finishing 2. I got into 3. And then I was so close to almost at a mile that I was like, okay, my new goal is running 1 mile.
This bitch ran for 12 minutes straight.
So I did a 12-minute mile.
Crazy.
That was my second mile.
What like speed?
Between 5 and 5.5. So a jog.
The thing is like running a 5K on a treadmill, it's so helpful. Like the speed numbers. I don't know how we would do it IRL.
We could
like on the street. We don't know like what speed are we going?
No, then you have to measure your output. Like, am I exerting a level 5, 6, 7? Like a 10 is a sprint.
Right.
A 6 is a jog.
By the way, I feel like it's different for girls, boys, and how tall you are. Like for me, like a 5 or a 6 is a full-blown sprint. Like my legs can't keep up with me. Maybe that's just because I'm out of shape.
So what's a 10?
I would die. I would fall off the treadmill at a 10.
You have to personalize the chart.
Are you talking about 10 speed?
No.
Oh.
I'm talking about,
a scale of 1 to 10.
Pain level.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my 10 would be like breakneck sprint.
Yeah, where like you literally can't, like your legs are just going.
6, 7 is joggy.
So all that to say, Jackie ran a full-blown 5K yesterday. Like this mountain that I'm trying to climb, she just like did it behind my back while I was like doing an arm exercise.
Then I said to Trudy, like, try to go on the treadmill and see how far you can go. Even if you have to walk the whole time, you could do 3.1 miles.
Yeah, I haven't done like the 5K to completion, and I don't know if I can.
I think that you kind of just might take you a while because you might have to walk a lot.
Right.
So yesterday I did running and walking. I did the 5K in 42 minutes.
Which I feel like if we showed up to the 5K, wherever it's going to be, and we like slayed in 42 minutes, like I think people would be really impressed.
Right. I feel like that's respectable, but I could bring it down. But we will be running side by side.
Oh, yeah. We had this conversation yesterday,
I'm not
too.
going to leave you and you could make friends without me or vice versa.
Yeah, no. Like, whatever we do it together. Even though, like, by the time the 5K comes, I'm hoping we're, like, on the same level.
Yeah.
Because we're doing the same training. Like, I'm really hoping.
I just think you should give yourself a little more credit, even though I liked Hillary's plan because, like, slow and steady wins the race and, like, to build up to it, you'll crush the 5K by May. But you should just see where you're at right now, how long it would take you.
Like, gun to my head, if I had to run a 5K right now, what would my time be?
Right. And then you'll see how far you come by how long it takes you in May.
Okay, I like that idea. Tomorrow, I did plan on trying, like, a full-blown 5K. I have a blowout right now. I couldn't do a 5K. Like, I needed...
You have to preserve.
So I'm going to go swimming today, so I'm going to have dirty hair anyway. Tomorrow, oh, my God.
We're not recording the audio, but we are recording the video.
Does the audio go in if we don't press?
Let's find out. Let's stop.
Oh.
I think that it does.
I think that it does too.
But
let's just check.
Find out.
Yeah. Crisis averted, you guys. Oh my God. I seriously would have jumped. You would have been allowed to kill me, but you couldn't because I would have already done it myself.
No, and if you weren't here, then we couldn't redo the episode, but it actually would have been fine.
No, that was my fault. Usually we have to press record on the camera and on the audio. And today, I don't know why. I was just like, I'm clearly not feeling myself because that's not something.
Anti-audio.
I was anti-audio. So what were we saying? Oh, the 5K. So journey has begun. I feel like getting started is the hardest part, and I'm really proud of us.
Yeah, I'm feeling really good about it. I hope that it happens. But I don't envy Bert and Tom because, like, how do you get land for a 5K?
The track. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to, like, shut down streets.
No, so I imagine, like, why they haven't told us where it is yet. It's not because it's not real. It's because, like, it's hard to plan.
Yeah.
And I feel confident. Like, I'm glad we started. I'm glad we have a lot of time. Like, I don't feel rushed. I feel good. And we'll keep you updated on our progress. We definitely will.
And feel free to train alongside us.
Yes, I did hear rumblings amongst the community that the Toasters were thinking of running a 5K that day in solidarity with us.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
Whether it's on a treadmill in their neighborhood. Oh, and I did get to see Jackie's gym where you've been, shredding. And it's a gorgeous facility.
Thank you.
It's crazy how different gyms are, like in New York and Florida, because you just have like space here. You're not like climbing on top of someone on the treadmill.
Yeah.
It was so civilized. I enjoyed my time.
I'm so glad. Yeah, it's a peaceful
place.
It's a peaceful place.
And it just, you know what it was giving? Gym.
Classic gym.
Not like Equinox. Like New York gyms are so like, it has to look like a spa. It's not a spa. No. It's a terrible place.
It's a gym. It like smells like a gym in a good way. Like equipment.
It was just giving like, I don't know. Okay, you know what it was giving? No, I can't explain what it was giving other than just gym.
Yeah.
That's what it was giving.
I think we should get into the day's tasks.
The task ahead.
We have some good stories. We have some Super Bowl follow-up tings.
Love. And we have a hilarious story that I can't wait to talk about, Alyssa Milano, correct?
Right.
I requested that story. I saw it on Twitter. I was cackling. One of my favorite tropes in media is celebrities asking their fans for money.
Yeah.
Like in a charitable way. It's just an interesting... Donations, yes.
Yeah. So without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know. That was actually the wrong adieu. It's a do.
Oh my God.
Not IEU.
Don't be so self-critical. Like,
they're confusing. And now I say it all the time in the show.
Do better.
Do better, a do better.
Do better.
A do better.
Today's episode, and us doing better, is brought to you by Macy's. Because, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. It's on Wednesday. This might be the reminder that you needed.
Tomorrow, Turdy.
Oh my God, it's already Tuesday. I would know that if I knew the days. The Macy's Gift Finder makes it so easy to shop for everyone special in your life, including yourself. Plus, you're getting 25 to 40% off underwear, lingerie from Calvin Klein, Gap, and more top brands. Some exclusions do apply, and everything that we're going to talk about today is available at Macys.com/giftfinder. Whatever you're shopping for, whether it's like something sexy for yourself, sexy for your partner, you don't have a partner, you just want to buy stuff, and it's Valentine's Day and you want to treat yourself, Macy's is really like a one-stop shop. You can get anything and everything. Like the classic Valentine's Day items, of course, like lingerie, sexiness, little intimates, his and hers, robes, pajamas, you can get at Macy's. But also, like, let's say you don't have a Valentine and you want to, do it a home DIY project, like they have an amazing home department. They have amazing fragrances, amazing beauty, like treat yourself to some makeup, whatever it is. Macy's is committed to empowering the next generation to create a brighter future for all. And that's why they're supporting UNCF, an organization that funds scholarships for students at HBCUs now through February 29th. So get excited and give back and learn more at Macys.com/purpose. You can help Macy's and UNCF continue their impact by rounding up your purchase in store or donating online. So again, that gift finder link is Macys.com/gift finder. It'll really help you find something for whatever stage you're celebrating on Wednesday. And Macys.com/purpose to learn more about that amazing fund. Today's episode is also brought to you by Lumi. So January is come and gone, but it's not too late to start your New Year's resolution. No, we're not talking about getting tangled in an elliptical or eating the world's most depressing salads. How about smelling better? Thanks to our sponsor, Lumi, you can smell good with or without clothes all year long. Lumi is a game-changing whole-body deodorant designed by an OBGYN to work not only on pits, but also feet, privates, and everywhere else that we get odor. No matter where you use it, Lumi is clinically proven to block odor all day long thanks to its one-of-a-kind, pH-optimized formula. They've got over 275,000 five-star reviews to show for it, so make the switch to Lumi, and this year, it'll be all about head-to-toe confidence, no salads required. Of course, we have an offer for you guys. New customers can get 15% off all Lumi products with the exclusive code and link. So that code is code TOAST, TOAST, at Lumi Deodorant, LUMEDEODORANT.com. What I personally like about Lumi is that they focus on like whole body odor, not just like armpits or one specific area. It's like when you're either sweating from working out or just like being alive, it's a whole body experience. It's not just like one part of your body smells bad and everything else smells fine. So what I really like about Lumi is that you can really use it everywhere, and they're tackling whole body fragrances, whole body deodorant. It's safe to use anywhere on your body. That includes pits, underboobs, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, vulvas, and feet. I just like that they're talking about this, you know? It's like the girls in the commercials, it's like, oh, like my armpits. Yeah, no, but like what about the cracks? What about the crevices? What about those moist, dark corners of your body? Lumi's got you. So head over to LumiDeodorant.com. Use code TOAST, T-O-A-S-T, at LumiDeodorant.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by the Gorgina Blue Nile. We love receiving gifts from loved ones. Obviously, it's the thought that counts, but there's the element of surprise that you don't always get when you're shopping for yourself. But you know what you do want? You know what you do get when you shop for yourself? Exactly what you wanted. So especially when it comes to jewelry, which is so personal, if you're buying jewelry for yourself, there's no better place to do it at BlueNile.com. So if you're buying jewelry for yourself, or you have a boyfriend, husband, partner, girlfriend that like requires a little bit of a nudge, send a link. Blue Nile, They offer thousands of independently graded diamonds and fine jewelry at prices significantly below traditional retail. Whether you're looking for a bit of special sparkle for yourself or to give the best gift of all, Blue Nile offers some of the highest quality standards in the industry. They also offer peace of mind with every purchase, like 30-day returns and a diamond price match guarantee. I have a gorgeous pair of hoops. They're like multicolored gold hoops with different stones from Blue Nile. Let me tell you, they are obviously beautiful, but they also just like wear really well. You could tell they're made really well. They're not going to leave your ears green. They're just like a really good investment piece that I'm really glad that I have, and they really go with everything. You can't beat the ease of or convenience of shopping Blue Nile. They're the original online jeweler since 1999. And if you have questions, their jewelry experts are on hand day and night via phone or chat. So go to BlueNile.com to find the perfect piece today. That's Blue Nile, BlueNile.com, BlueNile.com. Their experts are there for you. So if you have a question about what makes a diamond different from another, you want suggestions on gifts at different budgets, their experts are there for you anytime. So BlueNile.com to find the perfect piece today. That's BlueNile.com.
Thank you, Claude.
Yeah, well,
Our first story, Super Bowl celebrations. Taylor and Travis hit the clubs with her parents.
Yes. Taylor Swift made a TikTok.
She did.
I was scrolling TikTok and you know when like this happens to me a lot sometimes on TikTok, more and more frequently, because I've been seeing so many people like making original content about the toast. And when I first see the piece of content, I kind of disassociate. I'm like, wait, why are these people talking about me? And I'm like, wait, that's my sister. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then I saw this video. I'm like, wait, this looks like Taylor Swift would have taken this video because it's like, right. And then I was like, oh, wait, it is. One thing about Taylor and what is part of her, appeal is she's kind of like a grandma. She's really a millennial, like in a lot of senses. And especially every time she's made probably 10 TikToks, everyone is worse than the next. Like it's so millennial. It's chug-alicious. She is.
It's hard to make a TikTok original content.
You're telling me. You're telling me.
Yeah. So there are a lot of cute videos and stuff from the party. The You Belong With Me, which we talked about yesterday, but a new angle came out of Travis.
And a new song. They also played Love Story.
Yes. We had seen that yesterday.
Oh, did we?
They were dancing to Love Story for a second.
Yeah.
And then Travis was in the DJ booth with the Chainsmokers. A new angle just dropped where he sings, "Why can't you see? Are you in love with me?
Are you in
And then he
love?"
said, "You belong with me."
I love, like, I am still sort of wrapping my mind around the accessibility we have to these very private moments. And it's coupled with the fact that I think Taylor cares a lot less. Like, she's not in this like crazy private relationship, but also like the NFL, the nature of everything they go to is just public and they know that. I'm having such a hard time wrapping my mind around it. It feels like a parallel universe. It's so different. And these videos, I'm just like, I can't digest them. Like, it's crazy.
It is. I'm curious to see like how public they are after this, because now like when she was going to a game every weekend, it's like
She had no choice.
She had no choice but to be public. So it'll be interesting to see how much they choose to share after this. Two, like not to underestimate him, but I feel like him changing the lyric was more so like a flubbing of the lyric than
Oh, wow. That's a heinous accusation.
than like, putting his own spin on it intentionally.
Okay. Well,
But it turned out to be cute, but I just feel like he might have mixed it up.
okay, I'm actually glad you brought that up because there was a moment there during the week leading up to the Super Bowl, there was like so many cringy moments from reporters asking Travis like really inappropriate questions. And so many of them went viral and people were like, as they should, shaming the journalists. Like it was abhorrent behavior. And one of the girls, female reporters, was like, "Travis, finish the lyric. Karma is the," and he was like, "Guy on the Chiefs."
Yeah.
And she kept singing, and then he like didn't answer for the next one. He was like, "All right, next question," which he should have said because it was embarrassing, but like maybe he didn't know it either.
I don't think he knew it either. He said "Guy in the Chiefs" because that's the time he heard the song.
Right,
Which, by
right.
the way, I think in general is better that he doesn't like sit there on
Learning
learning all the lyrics. Like
easy lyrics.
He could just be like a casual, just supportive of her, not such a fan. And I think for Karma, it's a newer song. I don't know how much he listened to Midnight, so
Yeah.
I think it's fine. And "Guy on the Chiefs," that's the one he knows, and he probably watched that video over and over again.
Yeah.
But I think there's a chance that he got a little confused with
Which
"You
I think
Belong
is
with
sweet,
Me."
but that's a hot take, like because everyone else was like, "Oh my god, it's a declaration of love."
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I could definitely see that being the reality.
Like, but the ends justify the means. Like, it doesn't matter, and it was really cute. And actually, it's cuter. Sometimes the best things happen.
A happy accident.
A happy accident. It's cuter that he changed the lyrics to be something so sweet. But I think that he thought that's what it was.
I like that.
Because then also he reverts back to "You Belong with Me" after. Like, oh,
Right,
shit.
right. No, I like that.
And I don't know if he's someone who just like makes up lyrics on the fly and changes songs.
Yeah, no.
It's so us.
It is something we would do.
It's something we do.
No, and also like he's so drunk, obviously. Like the creative juices aren't flowing.
Yeah, but they were. They were.
I didn't realize until Taylor posted that like unbelievably amazing TikTok that she did bring her parents. And I always forget that these two are divorced because they always like show up together and there's never been any like drama or anything. They just like quietly, separated. And it's just like an interesting fact, I wonder what Taylor's like personal experience with that was because she is this like hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
A lot of people are children of divorce, but I do find like the people I know whose parents get divorced later in life, it's like much harder for them to experience it as opposed to being like an 8-year-old. You're like excited about having, 2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And she's I think she probably put so much emphasis on her parents' relationship and like was looking for that. And I wonder like and she never like wrote a song about it or anything because it's their life and she totally respects their privacy. But I do wonder like what that experience was like for her. Like, was it earth-shattering?
It has the potential to be, unless
I could see it being earth-shattering for her.
Yeah, unless the writing has been on the wall for a number. You know what I mean? Like,
unless like you're like mature enough to realize like your parents are so much better off apart.
Yeah, and it was not great for a while.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there was like a big scandal where Andrea cheated. Like,
no, but like if your parents hide everything from you, and then one day you wake up and you're like, we're getting divorced, and you're like, what? So everything I saw was a lie.
Yeah. Oh, that can be earth-shattering. I get that.
Right. But if they were always fighting, and it's like, can you guys just fucking get divorced?
Yeah. Yeah. She's never spoken or sang about it, and I do wonder because she's one of those girls I feel like who would put a lot of like emphasis and like she would want that,
Yeah, but Travis is also a child of divorce.
Are they divorced?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're never together.
Wait, double check because I had never heard that before, but it's possible.
She's always like a solo.
Wait, Mama Kelce's a single, independent woman. We have to get her a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Who do we shoot? By the way, what about Scott?
Right? They should just do
Imagine.
wife swap.
It would be like
they're
Lily
not
and
married.
Oh, that is fascinating. I never knew that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen them together? I feel like the dad is like
On the outs?
not on the outs because he's around sometimes, but like he doesn't have Mama Kelce status.
Wait, I'm like really shook by this information.
I feel like that's something I could have bonded over.
For sure.
But they should wife swap.
They should wife swap because like the dads look alike and the moms look alike.
Yeah.
Honestly. Would that be gross? Like, no.
No, I feel like if they did wife swap, then eventually Taylor and Travis, like if they broke up, it would be like, but they got together so that
For this purpose.
so that two loves could,
Yeah. Prosper.
and it would be beautiful. But yeah, I don't think they could all, I don't think they could wife swap and Taylor and Travis also get married.
It's giving like Rufus, Lily, Dan, and Serena.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also giving like Cher and Josh. Kind of.
Yeah.
The Cher and Josh thing, like, I feel as a society we don't talk about enough. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's beyond strange.
No, it was a weird way to go.
Because Cher's dad is not Josh's dad, but he was a father figure.
But like, why couldn't Josh have just been like
An intern.
a clerk at the law
An
firm?
associate. It was so unnecessary
It was so unnecessary
that he had a
have to be
familial
related.
connection to Cher's dad.
Yeah.
And like as a kid, I never noticed it. And I remember like the first time I watched Clueless as an adult and it clicked for me that like there was this weird familial bond. And I'm like, wait, that's weird.
You don't think it was like subliminally trying to get us
Promote incest?
to like make incest digestible?
Oh, you think it was like Hollywood's demonic side coming out? No, I
don't, because the movie's not demonic.
No, but it was so unnecessary. Like it kind of feels like a conspiracy theory.
It feels
like,
intentional.
what the fuck?
Just trying to like warm us up to the idea.
Yeah, like just slowly dip our toes in the incestual pond.
Yeah.
I think you're onto something.
I don't know, but the rest of the movie is not. I don't see any other demonic influences.
Now we have to look at it through the demonic lens.
Through the demonic lens.
I don't know. She was like in the valley at a party wearing like, devil red, and then she gets robbed. I don't know. I don't know enough about like Satan. I actually don't know anything about like Satan. I obviously know the word Satan, but I don't know like the religious meaning behind it.
Yeah, because people get very, very offended by like satanic
Culture.
Things. Yeah.
Demon
we
energy.
were just talking about this because of the Ice Spice thing.
Right, because people are saying she's demonic. And like, I really don't know anything about it, except that it's like really bad in Christianity to like worship the devil.
Yeah.
And like devil, Satan, and demon are all the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
Synonyms. It's like, God.
Hashem, Lord.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I see it.
So I don't know enough about it.
But they were saying that Ice Spice was throwing up demonic symbols and she was wearing an upside down cross, which is like
I don't know anything about
satanic.
it enough to comment on it, but I do know that probably in the early 2000s, the producers of Clueless were trying to put demonic energy onto the youth of America.
I don't think so. I think
You
it was
were the one who just brought that up.
no. I posed the question,
You did.
and now I'm gonna answer my question and say I don't think so. I think maybe like one producer had a little inkling
Kink?
for incest.
A little kink?
Yeah, and they were like, "What if we just made it the brother?"
I agree.
But not. I don't think it was a top down thing.
Oh, you don't think it was like a coordinated attack?
Systemic? No.
Like it wasn't giving Josie and the Pussycats subliminal messaging?
No.
Where would we be without that movie?
I think it was just giving like one errant incestuous man.
All it takes is one bad egg.
It's always a man.
Of course. No, by the way, we weren't thinking it was a female producer. Don't worry. Like it was
Even the movie was made by a woman.
It was made by a woman?
It was like there's one woman heavily associated with the movie.
Who?
You would know her name if I said it.
But it wasn't her who had the incestual idea.
I don't think so.
Me neither.
I think that Amy Heckerling.
I've never heard of this woman.
No, you would. She does other stuff too. Maybe like Pitch Perfect.
That's so
Fast
classic.
Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, she sounds like a queen.
Yeah, she's a queen. Every time like she does something, they're like, and the woman from Clueless, she's kind of just like,
Oh, really? I've
trading
never heard
off of
anyone
that.
say that.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I always see her doing stuff. She's like tied to projects.
I just feel like you're making that up.
No, I'm not.
What was the story?
She did your favorite movie.
What is my favorite movie that like, you're making like a joke about?
Okay, it's not your favorite movie, obviously. But it's a movie that you really appreciate.
I don't know. What is it?
Look Who's Talking.
By the way, that is my favorite movie. And Look Who's Talking To. Not enough people talk about
She
that
did Look
movie.
Who's Talking To also.
John Travolta, Kirstie Alley, and a talking baby. It is the greatest movie. I need to watch that movie. Actually, maybe I don't. Maybe it won't age as like I used to love it as a kid. Like maybe I should just let it be.
Let it be.
Yeah, let it be. Let it be.
Are you ready for our next story?
Is it Alyssa Milano?
No. Just a little more Super Bowl news that's pertinent, which is that Super Bowl 2024 was the most watched telecast of all time.
Okay.
Reaching 123.4 million viewers.
I want to ask you a question. Does every year top the year before, or is this considered impressive?
This is impressive, but that's how it's been the last few years.
Okay.
Before this, the biggest telecast of all time was last year's Super Bowl game between the Chiefs and the Eagles, and then before that was the Super Bowl before.
The year before. Right. So it's just like it's something that just keeps topping one another.
But I also could see it eventually, lowering if it didn't stay relevant and.
Right. Was this like a major growth from last year, like from years prior? Like, did Taylor have an impact in that way? Definitely.
115 million to 123 million. I feel like there's 8 million Swifties.
And you know what's so crazy when you think about it? That's 123 million televisions. I would argue like at least 4 people are watching because people have parties. Like,
yeah, but you know what? These ratings are so fucked. I actually think they
include like 3 people per household.
Yeah, so it's the largest audience ever. It was measured Paramount Plus, Nickelodeon, Univision, CBS Sports, and NFL digital properties, plus CBS in general.
What about like YouTube TV where we watched it?
That would be CBS broadcast.
Oh yeah, because it was a CBS channel.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are talking about the Nickelodeon broadcast, which was like they had the Super Bowl playing, but then they had like kid cartoon type of MCs explaining stuff. Apparently it was hysterical.
Oh my God, we should have watched it.
And like people were saying it was like so creative and so different, and they put so much thought into like the graphics, and people are lauding it as a huge, and I think this was the first time they ever did it on Nickelodeon.
That's so cute. We should have watched it.
No, like we shouldn't have, but
that was like when they did the London game, and they also had it as a cartoon game. I don't know if you saw this. So when they played in London a few months ago, I don't know what the technology is, probably some AI, but it was the set looks like Toy Story, like in Andy's room. There was like a football field and the players were playing football.
And it was
like
mirroring the real game.
It was mirroring the real game.
Cute.
The toys were playing the football game.
I wonder like how the commercials worked on Nickelodeon. Was it the regular Super Bowl commercials?
It would be a good opportunity to do separate commercials for kids.
For kids, right.
For kids' products.
Right, like Bebe Finn.
How do we not know about that?
Know about what?
Like that Nickelodeon was doing that.
Like I told you. I knew.
When did you know?
When it was on. Like everyone was
but
talking
why
about
didn't we know about it ahead of
like
time?
why was that should have been a story.
I'll take that on the chin.
Yeah. It's your fault.
But I will just say that it didn't get
Cross
enough.
your desk.
It didn't cross my desk, and
Of
that
course.
says a lot.
It does say a lot. But it was really cute. Like people are saying like it was so pure and like really well done, and it was like funny for the parents too.
Yeah,
and you still got to watch the game. It was the real game on TV.
Yeah, and for us, like the game started at 6:30. Like that's not bedtime. The kids watch the
2
first
hours,
half.
right?
So
yeah,
that would have been super cute.
Glad that the ratings are still going up. Not surprising at all. I feel like football's more relevant than ever.
Agreed.
In the culture, so that's great. And you love to see,
records being broken. I feel like the numbers are always going down, especially like with award shows.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the Super Bowl was the biggest telecast.
I had never thought of it. If you would have asked me what do you think is the most watched television event of the year, and I sat through, I probably would have said the Super Bowl, but I didn't know for sure that it was. But it's like it's by the hundreds, and like there's not even a close second.
Yeah. I think the close second is like the games.
Oh, like the leading up games.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like probably like the news on election night or something. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
But still that's split between a bunch of different networks.
Channels. Right.
We'll pull up that another time.
Yeah. I'm not that interested, I can't lie.
But I think it's like in the college sports games. I think it's sports games.
You think it's sports rule? Yeah, sports is kind of like the only thing that keep a lot of people paying for cable. I would say most people.
Yeah, but now they have all this like
Hulu Live Sports. By the way, I saw it on HBO
Red
Max.
Zone?
HBO Max now. You can watch a Knick game. I was like, what? I just paid $30 for MSG Plus like a moron.
Hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
Now our next story. Alyssa Milano has been blasted for attending Pricey Super Bowl 2024 with son after asking for money for his baseball team. So
she took her son to the Super Bowl, a week after posting online asking for donations for his baseball team.
Yes, she shared a photo of her and her son, his name is Milo, from their seats at Allegiant Stadium. She said, my buddy, #mothers on love, mother-son love.
Mothers on love, yeah.
Mother-son bond. Super
Mothers
Bowl.
on bond.
Mothers. I mean, there's no knowing what she meant.
It's a palindrome.
Yeah. And then people were quick to take to the comments. This is what the GoFundMe was for, because she had just put up a GoFundMe for her son's travel baseball team of funds so that they could travel to a game or whatever.
Now, this is so layered. One, I actually saw an amazing TikTok. A content creator went to the Super Bowl and asked like random people how much they paid for tickets. And it was just like, wasn't celebrities, it was just regular folk. I think the cheapest one, I saw a lady said she spent $8,500. Everyone else was $13,000, $12,000.
This article says that the cheapest tickets that were ever able to purchase were $2,000.
That's insane. So just like keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I'm always going to reference when Lady Gaga did it. Her dad's restaurant, which is actually pretty popular. It's in Grand Central Station. It's like an oyster bar. There was a fire or something. There was a
Or was it COVID?
Something. There was a GoFundMe made for this restaurant, which, of course sounds like a nice thing. But when you realize the owner's, daughter is Lady Gaga, it's like, girl, I think they were trying to raise like 50 grand. Like Lady Gaga could fart 50 grand. So it was just, people were, rightfully questioning it. It is a weird thing that celebrities should not do. Like even when they post like GoFundMes for like, I remember, I feel like Kylie just did it.
Yeah. For her
makeup artist.
There was Megan Fox.
Yes.
Posted
her nail artist.
I think now that we're looking at them at a glance, I think that it's different when it's someone you're related to versus,
of course,
a friend. Like I think Lady Gaga, like help out your dad.
Of course, Alyssa Milano, and also it's like when you think about Alyssa Milano's son's league, the people who probably play in the league are of similar ilk.
Yeah.
To Alyssa Milano. Like it's based on like neighborhood and stuff. Like I'm sure it's a nice league.
No, but it's like everybody has their kids' baseball league that they're raising their money for, and they don't ask Alyssa Milano to contribute to it.
No, it's so true. It's wrong. It's
go
wrong.
Sell candy bars, like don't use your mom's Instagram.
It's wrong. Like,
it's just unnecessary.
Especially given these dark economic times. Like read the room, Alyssa Milano.
I don't know how much money Alyssa Milano does or doesn't have. Like I don't think she can just like pick up the tab for the whole baseball team.
So I'm glad you brought that up.
But like don't bring it to people who have their own baseball teams to worry about.
Alyssa Milano herself is like currently, is she the most booked actress on the planet? No. She has a lot of, prior success. She does get booked a lot. And I do believe she has a very successful husband.
Okay.
He's like a Hollywood agent.
Okay.
So this is not someone who's having trouble making ends meet. And also, she's like social media queen, like always like coming for people. She should read the room like a little bit, like, take the temperature, think to yourself, take a step back. How would it look, me, a big Hollywood star, asking my Twitter followers for money for my son's baseball team? Like,
right. And then it's also, so you have to measure like the relation to the celebrity and also the cause.
Right. It's not, a hurricane rebuilding. It's your son's baseball team so they could stay at a 5-star hotel. Like it is beyond out of touch, and it's hilarious that people are like, now it's entirely possible. I think a lot of celebrities who went to the Super Bowl spent no money.
Well, so this is separate. That was about the GoFundMe in general,
It's not right. It's not right.
Yeah. But it's also like, say the team's putting together a GoFundMe, they're trying to get outreach. Oh, we have someone who has a big social media account. Maybe she could post it, but it's still like, why should other people pay for your kid to play baseball?
It's wrong.
No, they shouldn't. Wrong. So
it's wrong. Also, like if your kid really wants to play baseball, like there are leagues that require no travel.
After evaluating all of the elements,
wrong.
It was a wrong to post.
But
even though I still feel like the Megan Fox thing, especially once she explained it, I think it was okay.
I agree. It's different.
Even though it didn't really work out. I don't know how successful it was.
But
I understand the inclination.
Every situation, it's situational. So
it's situational.
We're talking about this particular situation, and it's wrong. As it pertains to the Super Bowl, I don't think these two things are like immediately in conflict with one another, but it does just like highlight to people, like it's weird. What the first thing, like let's say you wake up one day, you see Alyssa Milano posting on social media asking for money, and then later that day, you see her at the Super Bowl with her son who she was raising money for. When the Super Bowl has been historic in its expenses, and it's in Vegas, and there's private jets and suites and tickets. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
Yeah, it was already wrong, and then this just like makes it look worse. But if you dig deeper, it's like she probably didn't pay for tickets. I think most celebrities didn't. And it doesn't add or take away from the fact that the initial GoFundMe was just not necessary for her to post.
Of course, these two things like
are just separate.
Yeah.
But when put together, it looks hella weird. Yeah. But it's crazy how much the Super Bowl tickets were. We were saying, like, everyone in that stadium is a millionaire.
Jackie said it was actually a great call. During the Super Bowl, she was like, because we were talking about like how expensive it was and like how there was like they had to almost close down the private airport because there were too many private planes coming in. And Jackie was like, so was everyone in that stadium, like even at the tippity top, like a millionaire?
Like, so regular fans can't just like get a ticket.
And you know what? Actually, I saw Girl Boss Town actually posted about this, how like, you know, because it was in Vegas and there was that big Fanatics party, and like Fanatics is a company for the fans, right? And they had this like big celebrity party, and it just felt so, the Super Bowl felt so like not for the fans.
Yeah.
And the tickets being $10,000, like if you, like, especially when I think about people who like, from the Bay Area who like have just been waiting for this, like they never get to the Super Bowl. The Kansas City fans are spoiled, but like people who just like love football and and they live pretty close to Vegas. It's not a terrible flight. How inaccessible it was for like the real true football fans. Like it really does suck. And how companies like Fanatics that are built for the fans having like Tom Brady and Kim like at their parties, it's like, it like kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It was a good point. And so you're right. Like everyone in the stadium being like a millionaire, even though I do think some people like literally spent like their savings on a ticket, which is insane too. It shouldn't be like that. And she was saying how it would be a really good opportunity like next Super Bowl for any company, but she was talking about Fanatics, Girl Boss Town, to like do a commercial or like a giveaway, like really bring the real fans, like bring like the OG people who have been the 80-year-old men who have never seen their team in the Super Bowl.
I agree. And I'm sure there were some people in the stands who want a giveaway, but like how do you do a giveaway on a large scale?
No,
like,
I don't know.
I want hundreds of fans.
Yeah, no, but like how do you also ensure like when the tickets go up for sale that like you're getting like the people who've waited years and years and years to like see their team in the Super Bowl? Like that part kind of sucks.
I feel like each team could have, you know, like
a pool
reward, you know, if you've been signed up with the team, you've bought like over the years, they know you and you get like pre-sale, like how Taylor Swift would do.
Right, like and you get face value tickets.
Yeah.
It's interesting, like that part like kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And it's so great that everybody's like kind of obsessed with football right now, yada yada. But they're like, you know, I think of like old men who've been watching the same team for like 50 years and they finally get to see their team in the Super Bowl and like going isn't even an option.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah. It's gotten a little too big. Our next story, are you ready for it? No, she's not ready. I'm so sorry, La.
Well,
take the time that you need to get ready and say what you need to say. Get it off your chest.
I don't need to get ready. I stay ready. Today's episode is brought to you
like you need to get ready.
by Robinhood. Did you know that even if you have a 401k for retirement, you can still have an IRA? Robinhood has the only IRA that gives you a 3% boost on every dollar you contribute when you subscribe to Robinhood Gold. But get this, now through April 30th, Robinhood is even boosting every single dollar you transfer in from other retirement accounts with a 3% match. That's right, there's no cap on the 3% match. So Robinhood Gold gets you the most for your retirement thanks to their IRA with a 3% match. This offer is good through April 30th, so get started at robinhood.com/boost. Subscription fees apply. And now for some legal information. Claim as of Q1 2024 validated by Radius Global Market Research. Investing involves risk, including loss. Limitations apply to IRAs and 401ks. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold for 1 year from the date of first 3% match. Must keep Robinhood IRA for 5 years. The 3% matching on transfers is subject to specific terms and conditions. Robinhood IRA available to U.S. customers in good standing. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, is a registered broker-dealer. Today's episode is also brought to you by Signos. So the CDC estimates that there are approximately 96 million American adults, more than 1 in 3, that have prediabetes. And of those with prediabetes, more than 80% do not know that they have it. So a healthy weight allows your insulin to work more efficiently and can help keep your blood sugars within normal range. A healthy diet and regular exercise are the best ways to help you bring your blood sugar levels back to a healthy range. And Signos can help you short circuit this cycle by using data directly from your body to design a weight loss plan that's unique to your lifestyle. So Signos is the only company that combines a CGM, which is a continuous glucose monitor, with an AI-driven app to deliver real-time glucose monitoring for optimal health and weight management. With Signos, you can literally see which foods are causing your blood sugar to spike above reasonable levels and get real-time alerts to do a bit of exercise to bring them back down. So learn the difference between stress eating and physical hunger. You can better manage your energy throughout the day and better sleep at night and meet your weight loss and health goals too. unique to you and your data. So Signos removed the guesswork of weight loss and provided us with the tools and knowledge that you need to develop healthier habits. It combines your data from the glucose monitor, the CGM, continuous glucose monitor, and with an AI-driven app to deliver you real-time glucose insights for optimal health and weight management. Right now, Signos has an offer exclusively for toasters. Go to Signos, SIGNOS.com, and get 20% off select plans by using code TOAST today. That's Signos.com, code TOAST to get 20% off select plans today, SIGNOS.com.
Thank you, Claude.
You're welcome.
Our next story, Katy Perry is quitting American Idol after 7 seasons.
Wait, I didn't know that. I didn't realize she was there for 7 years.
She made a low-key announcement on Jimmy Kimmel like last night. She said, this fall in September, I'm going to be doing this huge music festival in Brazil called Rock in Rio. So I think this will probably be my last season for Idol.
What does that have to do with Idol?
She probably couldn't do...
It's one performance, no?
I don't know.
Okay. Objection, relevance?
I agree.
Okay.
She said, I love Idol so much. It's connected me with the heart of America, but I need to feel that pulse of my own beat. That I get. I feel like she has been
It's the best job for like a retired pop star. It's also, I think, the best job for a new mom. You know, you get to be in millions of homes. You don't have to tour. You make a lot of money.
You have a kind of a normal schedule.
9 to 5. You don't really
go to the office.
Leave LA.
Home. Yeah.
It's actually probably been amazing for her. And I think she's been like laying dormant as a pop star, just kind of being in like her happy married mom era. And maybe now like she's planning a comeback. And you can't be on Idol and be like the most relevant pop star. You just can't. Like think about Lionel Richie. Luke Bryan's very much like in his he's definitely past his like crazy, peak. And so I think
it's kind of one or the other.
Yes.
Because the stability that Idol provides also keeps you tethered.
Yep. To be like the most relevant person on the planet.
And to be going here and there and doing your song and touring and promoting and just showing up everywhere.
Yeah. I think
you have to show up for this thing.
In the 7 years that she's been on Idol, she hasn't released an album, but she's released like a few songs. Like Harley's in Hawaii.
Yeah, Daisy.
Like really like 3 or 4. Nothing major. And she does her shoe line. I think she's probably been in like her sort of like stable normal girl era, but pop star can't keep a good pop star down.
Right. So then Jimmy asked like, what did Luke and Lionel say? And she said they'll find out tonight.
That's funny.
So end of an era.
It is.
I think it was a good run for her, even though she had a lot of controversies this article like makes mention of, and we've spoken about a lot of them.
Whatever.
She actually had to take a hiatus at one point
because
like, fans were saying that like
when she told that mom to get back on her back.
Yeah. No, to get off her back because she already had 3 kids and she was like a really young mom.
Okay, like it was a funny joke. Like everybody needs to calm down.
And I do think that Idol needs a harsh critic. I'm sorry, the show does not work without one. And so even though when we analyze the specific insults, it's like, oi, it's a necessary evil.
I agree. And she wasn't even like mean at all, but she was considered like the Simon. It wasn't going to be Lionel and it certainly wasn't going to be Luke. But you have to think about where Katy Perry was before she went on American Idol. Like I think it was actually a life raft for her. It was really necessary. She was like a failing pop star. Like she couldn't get arrested. Bon Appetit.
Witness the album.
The blonde buzz cut.
Like
she was actually in a really bad spot. And I think American Idol I never would have expected her to stay as long as she did. I think she actually just ended up liking the job, but it really settled her. It got her into, the homes of millions and millions of people. And I think it showed a little bit more of her quirky side. She took it too far sometimes, but I think it actually ended up being amazing for her. You have to remember where she was before.
Yeah, no, and as a huge Katy Perry fan, like at points she's been my Kelly Clarkson and where she was before Idol, like
flop.
She was not like I would not have listened to a new album from her. Like I was just so over her. So I feel like even though I didn't even watch Idol, this period has been really good because now I'm excited for whatever she does next. If she were to put out like new music, I would happily listen. I've come back around on like appreciating her.
Yeah, she was like kind of in like her Miley Cyrus and the Dead Pets era before Idol. Idol gave her the opportunity to settle down. She got married while she was on Idol. She had a baby while she was on Idol. She grew her hair out while she was on Idol. She definitely like it was this sort of rebirth for her. I'm sure she looks at the experience as kind of like saving her career a little bit.
Yeah. And so overly positive.
And you know what? You can't stay there forever if you really want to be like, it's funny how The Voice is so different in the sense like you can be really hot and relevant and working and releasing new music and touring while also being on The Voice, whereas American Idol is really like a retirement show.
Yeah.
But you're right. They do need like a hard ass. I don't know who they're going to replace her with. And I do think that's interesting. If I was a pop star, I feel like it's the best job on the planet. You get paid so much money.
Okay, but then just like you said, you're not super relevant and buzzy.
Okay, you're not super relevant and buzzy, but you're super famous because you're in so many homes. You're on every like airport television. It's a different level of fame. It's not hot and buzzy and, you know, paparazzi, but it's like everlasting
For
fame.
sure, but you wouldn't want the buzz.
I think if I had been Katy Perry and had been so high and so low, I would really, really like appreciate and respect the fame American Idol gives you because it's so normal.
But would you be doing it? Would you continue or would you now?
I don't know.
Resume career.
I could see her, you know, her kids maybe a little grown up now. I could see her wanting to get back out there.
And as a fan, I'm ready for her to resume her career.
For sure. But I do always think about how, like, remember when X Factor was on and they had Britney and Demi Lovato? By the way,
two people who both hated the job.
That's true, actually.
Couldn't have hated it more.
But I think, like, if I could choose a job, like that would be a job I would, and also I love to like watch and hear people saying.
Would you
be
the Simon?
Of course.
What if they said like you have to be the Simon and you're gonna get backlash every week?
Backlash is really hard to go through.
But like we'll stand by you because you need to be.
Like you're not gonna be fired.
You won't be fired, but like everyone will be mad at you. Cancellations,
right? No,
all week.
Getting backlash, like it's not for the faint of heart, you guys. It's really, and I feel like I'm so much better now than I was, but I'm really not like great at receiving any sort of backlash. Like it still like kills me. I don't know. It's a good question.
And if we had more time, we could think about who would be the good replacement for her, who also like needs to be tough.
Who needs to be tough, and somebody who maybe needs like a reprieve from the spotlight.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be like it would never happen ever, but we're just talking Fantasyland. You know who I think would be great at it? Who can get away with being tough and who definitely needs a break from like touring and can't really perform right now?
Ari?
Celine Dion.
Oh, yeah.
Because of her accent, like she could say something mean.
Yeah, it's true.
And she can't perform because of her, like, and it's just a job where you just sit. Like,
yeah.
She would actually give very good advice.
Yeah.
Some people really need to be told, like, do not waste your time singing. Like, it's not going to happen for you. Like, go make a living doing something else before it's too late.
You know who would also be good? I don't think she would do it, though.
Who?
Adele.
Oh, she would be incredible. But she can't do it right now. She's not right for it.
No, she's not right for it.
Unless they paid her $100 million.
Yeah. But she likes what she's doing. She likes Vegas.
She does. When I went to go see her, she said, like, people think I don't like it because I had to like cancel the beginning or whatever. She's like, I love this. Like, I get to like raise my son Monday to Friday and just take a 45-minute commute to Vegas. Like, she loves it.
That's awesome.
But she did also say at a recent show I saw, it made news, like she's ready to do like a real tour. She like hates that people have to come see her and she can't go to like see people.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Are you ready for our fifth and final story?
I really, really am.
Meghan and Harry quietly launched the new Sussex.com website.
Oh my God.
And
you know what it's giving?
What?
The Togo. What did she have that blog called?
The TIG?
The TIG.
So they quietly launched
the TIG.
Their new website, Sussex.com, on Monday. The site encompasses the latest news about the couple, bios for Harry and Meghan, as well as links to their Archwell Foundation organization and Archwell Productions Hub.
Okay, so it's like not like...
No. But there's already controversy within the website because it's very interesting what they've chosen to call themselves.
Well, it's interesting that their website is Sussex.com.
And then if you look, so it's a picture of them overlaid with the office of Prince Harry and Meghan. So that's what they want to be known as.
Okay, well, that's interesting that she doesn't have a title.
And then it says the Duke of Duchess and Sussex.
Oh, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
But so people are mad they use the coat of arms.
What's that? Like the little emblem?
The
emblem, symbol.
Symbol. That's like their royal symbol. And it's like they're calling themselves the Duke and Duchess. There's no mention of the monarchy on the site.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. I relate in the sense that like if I was Meghan, like you bet your ass I'm still calling myself that. But like, is it respectful in terms of like that monarchy? Like should Harry know better? Probably. But I don't know, like you could not get that title out of my cold dead fingers. No. Like, I'm sorry, you couldn't.
You couldn't, but you also wouldn't have like relinquished it.
Oh yeah, like that's the other thing. That's where Meghan and I differ. Like I would have just like done anything to stay being a duchess and like living in a palace. So yeah, I don't know. I feel this is kind of like the crux, I think, of a lot of people's issues with Meghan and Harry. It's that like they want to reap all the benefits, but they did leave. And also, like, what is the official ruling? That's what I want to know. Does this break a rule? Are they allowed to call themselves this? Like, what is the royal decree?
Yeah, I do not know. I do not know if when you abdicate your responsibilities, if you lose the titles.
Who's the last person who abdicated? What was his name? Wallace,
King.
His wife.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Edward.
What did they call him when he left? And he moved to Paris, right?
Yes. So let's see.
What did, like, when they would, you know, what did his website say? Like, I feel like there's no blueprint.
The Duke of Windsor. So
he got demoted then.
Hold on.
Because they would have.
Edward VIII, later known as the Duke of Windsor.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, at one point he was king. And it's like when he left, he didn't still stay calling himself king. Like Harry's prince, and he left, and he stays calling himself prince.
Well, he left as Duke, no?
No, he was king for 6 months.
No, I'm talking about Harry.
Oh, Harry left as
Duke
and prince.
So him calling himself prince, I think, is fine. Him calling himself Duke, actually.
But he also left as prince. He's always been a prince.
But he's always going to be prince. Like,
because why?
Because I'm sure King Edward, before he was king, was Duke.
He was a prince too.
I don't know.
It's confusing,
Dookie.
I think it's also very like colloquial. Like, obviously, Prince Harry is Prince Harry,
right? We're not calling him that like as a royal highness. We're calling him that because like his first name is Prince. What the hell is his last name? Like Windsor,
Mountbatten Windsor.
Right. And then first name Prince, last name Harry.
So also Meghan has chosen to become a one-name wonder. I'm sure she's also struggling with a little bit of a branding
identity
crisis because she's not Markle because she's married and she would take her husband's name because she took it's Sussex.
So what is she? Meghan Mountbatten Windsor?
Sussex is also like their last name because William and Kate are the Waleses.
Excuse me. It's low-key like kind of crazy. Like they don't have a name.
They don't have a name, and so
they have 1,000 names.
I think thousands of hours of brainstorming went into this copy.
I kind of love that she wants to be Meghan, like Cher.
Yeah,
like that was a good call on her part.
One name wonder.
But like the thing is,
and they don't want to be Harry and Meghan. They want to be Prince Harry and Meghan.
The thing is,
but also if he's a prince, then she should be a princess.
A website isn't going to change like how the people talk, and the people call them Harry and Meghan, and they do when they speak about her individually because she has such a fabulous name, stage name, Meghan Markle. She think that is her name.
Yes, it's not going to change how people talk, but it's interesting how they want to be spoken of.
But I think the way people talk is like when speaking of them together, they call them Harry and Meghan. When speaking of him, they call him Prince Harry, and when speaking of her, they call her Meghan Markle. I think that's like where we've all kind of landed.
Yeah, but then on the site, on the menu, there's about, and then there's two different things you can click. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex.
Oh, she's totally dropped the Markle.
Yeah.
But she has that Markle sparkle.
Meghan hold the Markle.
I think Markle is like a gorgeous last name. Like visually, it really does look like sparkle. And then the alliteration, Meghan Markle. Yeah. It's great.
No, it's very great. And then they have their bios.
It's very great.
This is a long bio.
Oh, wow.
For Meghan. That's just for Meghan. Let's see his. I feel like if it can't fit on one page, you got to shrink it down. That's like a resume.
His is shorter.
That's
funny. The good thing is like this really means nothing. It's just interesting.
It's a nice looking site.
Yeah, I know. Who did it?
Article. Made by Article. Is that's what it's powered by, but I'm sure they have.
Is Article their company?
No, I think Article is like a Squarespace type.
It looks like because it's
brand and digital for culture, commerce, and good. That's classic them.
Totally like word salad.
It envisions the digital experience from top down. Their services build better brands holistically across strategy, design, and development.
I just want to say like the website is beautiful, and if I ever need a website made, like I will be reaching out to Article.
Yeah, no, and they already have Meghan and Harry like
on
in their promo
portfolio.
I'm cracking up.
So those are the Fast Five. You really didn't need to know any of them, but I had a good time. You know, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
The ends justify the means.
Love that. I love that.
Yeah, I had a good time too.
I had a marvelous time doing the toasty thing. So that's our show.
I had a marvelous time doing the toast with you. Oh, I think.
No, I had a marvelous time ruining everything.
I don't know why it's.
I had a marvelous time doing the toasty
thing. Fine.
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
It's fine. So that's our show, you guys. Thank you so much.
Sustained.
Objection?
Sustained.
Relevance.
We're such legal jargon girlies these days.
I feel comfortable using legal jargon in everyday life.
We always have.
We always will.
Always will.
Thank you guys so much for listening to the Toast and Milano Morning Show. We deliver the fast stories you need to know. Remember the Friday on YouTube. Support Tuesday on YouTube. Please, if it is fabulous video, thumbs up. We're also available as podcasts anywhere podcasts can be found. So it's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iRecast, podcast. Find us at Toast and Fast Review. I bet I'm beautiful, stunning, and wickedly talented we are.
Without further ado, we bid you adieu. Love ya. Bye.